I met JT in the mid-90s, about 95, 96. And we were just musicians. You know, he was older than me, he was about 20. You know, I was about 15. So we really didn't hang out much then, you know, because it really wasn't cool for a 20-year-old to be hanging around with a freshman in high school. That just mess up your whole vibe. So, you know, we would see each other around at the, you know, musicals and stuff. And, you know, we just knew each other. But about 5.5 years ago, when I was blessed to be able to come and become a part of the staff at this here church, Macedonia, JT was the drummer. He was the drummer. And I told myself, well, I'm going into a new church. I don't know nobody, but I kind of know JT, so I'm gonna just stick close to JT, and you know, until I get acclimated and you know the ropes. And that's what I did. I stuck close to JT, and I stuck close to him. But just you know, and sticking close to him, trying to learn the church, I just ended up getting close to him, and I began to learn the real JT. The real JT was so different from the JT you would see out and about in the streets. You know, I got to see JT, the husband.
Yeah. Yep.
JT, the true friend.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, it just began to bless me. JT blessed me in so many ways he don't even know. Just his presence, man. He loved his family. I would always talk to him. He'd be like, yeah, dog, I'm just waiting. Everybody about to finish school and die. When she finished school, it's about to be some problems. That's what he said. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to him. I was like, man, you know, man, I was on the internet looking at some trips, man. You gotta get out of town, man. You took up. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, you know, me and Ebony was gonna go celebrate, you know, for our 10th year anniversary. And I was like, where you trying to go? He was, I'm thinking New York somewhere. This brother said Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Wrong with you? Amsterdam. That was JT. You know, sometimes I was just, then sometimes he would just be riding, we would just be talking, and Dre, this is one of his close friends right there, and we would just be talking about all the time. He was like, man, yeah, man, me and Dre, we used to roll back in the day. He was like, I don't know how Dre did it, but he used to have all the women. You know? He said, I don't know how he did it because his voice is so high.
Did you have a hot one?
You talk to a JT. Sometimes I would just be sitting at my house. And I would just hear the doorbell ring. Sometimes I would go to it, sometimes my wife would go to it. But I always knew when it was JT because every time my wife went to the door and it was one of my friends, I would hear her say, hey Steve, hey Casey. But when JT came, I would hear her say, oh Lord, what are you doing here? And then I come around the corner and he just be looking at me straight in the face like this. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you. And I'm just walking down the highway laughing. And when I come to the door, he'll put his hand around me and talk about, G, come on, we don't need this. G is high. We don't need this. It was my boy. The last time me and JT hung out was about 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I had just finished working out, got in my truck, singing I missed a call from him. Called him back, said, JT, what's up? He said, hey man, I'm about to get off for work in a couple minutes. You talking about going to the lanes. We always bold, that's what Casey was talking about, we always bold. So I remember just thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, I'm sweating, I'm thinking this to myself. I'm like, I'm sweating, I'm soaked with sweat. But something just said, just go. Just go hang out. You ain't seen them, his schedule done changed, so things, you ain't really had that time, so just go. So I went to the bowling alley. And we hung out. We just hung out. We bowled till the bowling alley closed. I think it closed at 1 that night. And we was crazy. And so we finished bowling, we went outside, we was going to say goodbye. JT said, hey, I'm talking about going to gyms. I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, this is weird, because we usually don't hang this late. After the bowling alley we go, because usually we have all something to eat in the bowling alley. But this night, it wasn't like that. So I was like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, me, Casey, and JT. So we went to gyms, we just sat. Nobody was really hungry. We just sat, we talked, and we laughed. We laughed, we joked, we talked about church, different things. And I remember sitting at that table thinking, this is really weird. We usually don't stay out this late. This is really weird. And I'm thinking this the whole time I was at the table. I said, you know what? I ain't seen them. So let me just enjoy it. So I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Lord was giving me a chance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To see my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that one last time. And my only regret about that night is, I wish I would have knew it was the last time.
All right.
So I could have looked at him and said, dog, you know what? I love you, man.
Yeah.
All them unexpected visits to my house. I love you, dog.
Yeah, G.
I'm gonna miss seeing you pull up right behind me on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Park 2 or 3 parking spaces over.
Yeah.
With your coffee and your drumsticks under your shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
Yeah. All right, baby.
I would have told him, man, thank you for showing me how to be a father.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you for always being there for me.
Yeah.
Not out of any obligation, but just because you was my boy.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I would have said, thank you, dude. Then I would have looked him in his eye and say, man, you my man, dog. My man, 50 grand. You my man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna miss you, man. And then I just would have looked him in the eye, gave him a big old hug.
Yeah.
And I would have said, dog, I love you.
Yes.